This is take three. First time I read the wrong chapter, then I got the words all tangled up. So, welcome to Storyteller's Corner this morning, which was formerly Poetry Corner, but there was not many poems passing through this way, so we've renamed it Storyteller's Corner. And after reading the wrong chapter, I read chapter 7 where I should be reading chapter 6. We have to read it in order, guys, because we're following the story of there's something happening between Eleanor Whitcomb and Mr. Fairchild. So let's read on. Chapter 6, Invitations Unspoken. The house adjusted to their return as though nothing had altered. Breakfast was served at the usual hour. Aunt Agatha remarked upon the weather. Mrs. Pritchard inquired after Eleanor's appetite. Mr. Fairchild spoke only when addressed, his tone even, his attention seemingly elsewhere. Distractions. And yet, everything had changed. Eleanor felt, in the spaces between words, in the pause that lingered after a breath too long, in a way Mr. Fairchild no longer looked at her directly unless necessity required it. Distance had been restored, but not undone. It was, she realised, a courtesy. Late morning found Eleanor in a small music room, her fingers hovering over the keys of a pianoforte. She had not played in years, not properly. Music required a willingness to feel one's way forward, and she had grown accustomed to precision instead. She struck a tentative chord. It wavered, imperfect but sincere. She played on. The melody emerged slowly, something unpracticed, something remembered rather than learnt. The notes filled the room with a fragile confidence. She did not hear Mr. Fairchild enter, but she sensed him all the same. He stood near the door, hat in hand, listening without intrusion. When the final note faded, Eleanor did not turn. "You need not stop," he said quietly. "I had finished," she replied. He stepped forward, just enough to be heard, not enough to overwhelm the space. "You play as though you are deciding something." Eleanor smiled faintly. That may be the most accurate description anyone has offered. He hesitated. "I will be riding to the village this afternoon. There's a matter to attend to." She turned then, meeting his gaze. "Yes," she said. Not a question, not an acceptance, as an acknowledgement. "If you wish to walk," he continued carefully, "neutral, the east path remains dry. It is—" "I know the way," she said. Their eyes held for a moment, longer than it was necessary, shorter than was desired. That afternoon Eleanor found herself on the east path without quite remembering the decision being made. The air was brisk in the sky, undecided. Hawthorn Vale lay behind her, dignified and observant. She walked not quickly nor slowly, only with intention. Mr. Fairchild appeared at the bend as though summoned by thought alone. They did not greet one another, they simply walked. "I will not presume," he said at last, "that yesterday was anything other than a walk." "Nor will I," Eleanor replied. "And yet," he continued, "I would be dishonest if I pretended it was without consequences." She nodded. "I am discovering that consequence often arrives quietly." They reached the old stone wall where the land dipped towards the stream. Eleanor rested her hands on the cool surface. "Do you feel invited?" she asked suddenly. He looked at her sharply. "To what?" "To stay," she said, "within the bounds you have drawn." His answer was measured. "I feel permitted, which is not the same thing." She turned to him, her expression thoughtful, almost tender. "Then permit me this," she said. "Do not withdraw simply because something has been noticed." He exhaled slowly. "You ask for something dangerous." "I ask for honesty," she replied. A long silence fell. Then he inclined his head, not as a servant, but as a man making a choice. "Very well," he said, "I will remain where I am invited." They stood together, not touching, not retreating. The invitation had not been spoken aloud but had been given, and both of them understood that accepting it meant the path ahead would require more politeness to navigate. Oh, there you go, guys. I think there's something happening there between Mr. Fairchild and Eleanor Whitcomb. You can feel the electricity in the air, the tension. But I'm afraid there's no story tomorrow. I'm going to keep you in suspense until Monday, where we'll go on to chapter 7, which is The Proper Distance Narrows. So, without the prying eyes of Aunt Agatha, I think Eleanor Whitcomb is finding her wings. It could be romance on the horizon for Eleanor Whitcomb and Mr. Fairchild. I don't know. We'll have to read on and wait till Monday for that. But joining me tonight, guys, we're off back to Topsy Tickletown for chapter 9, The Great Wobble Wobble Wednesday, which was not on the calendar. So join me for Topsy Tickle tonight, guys, and join me for the interesting story with Eleanor Whitcomb and Mr. Fairchild on Monday. It's getting a bit interesting now. You can feel the tension in the air. Oh, romance. So there you go, guys. Anyway, guys, have a lovely day. Take care. Stay safe, stay blessed, and join me tonight for Topsy Tickletown, chapter 9, The Great Wobble Wobble Wednesday. We're having a Wednesday on a Saturday, so join me for that tonight, guys. Until then, thank you for joining me in Storyteller's Corner, which was formerly Poetry Corner, but no more. So there you go, guys. Take care now, and thank you for listening this morning. Bye bye now.